Hello, good morning, dear friends. Myself Jatin Dave from Mahashapura English School. Today we are going to learn in chapter number 3 metals and non-metals. First we are starting with the common properties of metals. Are you ready to enlist the common properties of metal? Fine. Let's start. The common properties of metal are follows. First, metals possess shining on their surface, means luster in their pure form. Repeat. Metals possess shining on their surface in their pure form. Second, metals are solid and hard. Third, metals possess properties of malleability and ductility. Metal possess properties of malleability and ductility. Fourth, metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. And 5. Metals have high melting points and boiling points. Metals have high melting points and boiling points. 6th, metals are sonorous. Metals are sonorous. That means metal produce a sound. Metals produce a sound. Okay, friends, now let's see the page number 39 from your textbook. Today's our topic is non-metals. First, mention the non-metals which exist in a different state of matter like solid, liquid and gaseous. First of all, non-metals as a solid examples are carbon, sulfur, iodine. Non-metal as a liquid are bromine. Third, non-metals as a gaseous form are oxygen, hydrogen and nitrogen. That means there are very few of non-metals as compared to the metals. Some of example of non-metals like carbon, sulfur, iodine, oxygen, hydrogen, etc. The non-metals are either solid or gas or a liquid form. Exceptions, bromine, which is a liquid form. Do non-metals also have the physical properties similar to that of metals? Let's find out and perform activity 3.7. Collect the sample of the carbon, means coal or graphite, sulfur and iodine. Carry out the activity 3.1 to 3.4 and also 3.6 with these non-metals and record your observations. Compile your observations regarding metals and non-metals in a table. On the basis of the observation recorded in table number 3.1, here the details as follow. First column element, second is symbol, third is type of surface, fourth is hardness, next malleability, then after ductility, conducts electricity and sonority. Now some example we discuss here. First one, first element is a carbon. Symbol is C. Type of surface not shiny. Hard substance that doesn't show malleability or ductility. In a reference of conductivity, carbon is not good conductor of heat, but in electricity, the ultraph of carbon, graphite is a good conductor of electricity, but diamond is not a good conductor. It's a bad conductor of electricity, and they doesn't show sonority. Second element, sulfur, symbol is S. Type of surface is not shiny. It is a soft substance, doesn't show malleability, ductility, or any type of conductivity or sonority. Third substance is iodine. Symbol is I. Iodine is a shiny surface. It is a soft surface, but doesn't show malleability and ductility, and also does not have any conductivity like heat or electricity, and does not show sonority. So, can you list the common property of the non-metals? Okay, remember one by one to perform the activities 3.1 to 3.6 from basis of non-metals. The common properties of non-metallic elements are as follow. First, non-metallic element exist either solid or gas at the room temperature. Exception, bromine is a liquid. Second, they are non-conductor of heat and electricity. They do not possess malleability and ductility. They have lower melting point and boiling point in a comparison to metal. They are non-sonorous. That means non-metals doesn't produce sound. Now, on the basis of the observation record, discuss the general physical property of metals and non-metals. Now, you must have concluded that we cannot group element according to their physical property alone. There are many exceptions here. For example, exceptions of the metallic elements. First, all metals except mercury are solid at room temperature, while mercury is a liquid at room temperature. That means all metals are generally in a solid form from a room temperature, but mercury is an example of exceptions. Mercury is in a liquid form at a room temperature. Second, generally metals have high melting points. Metals have high melting points, but gallium and cesium have very low melting points. Have very low melting points. Third one, alkali metals like the lithium, sodium and potassium are very soft. Alkali metals like lithium, sodium and potassium are very soft. Hence, they can be cut with a knife easily, while other metals cannot be cut with a knife. Last point, repeat. Alkali metals like lithium, sodium and potassium are very soft. Hence, they can be cut with a knife, while other metals cannot be cut with a knife. Now, exceptions of non-metallic elements. Generally, non-metals exist as a solid or gaseous form at a room temperature, while bromine is a liquid form. Second, non-metal does not possess luster. That means it does not have shiny surface. Non-metal does not possess luster, but iodine is the only non-metal which possesses luster. Third, non-metals have a low melting point, but the diamond and ultraph of carbon possess very high melting point. Once again, repeat the point. Non-metal have low melting point, but the diamond and allotrope of carbon possess very high melting point. Fourth, non-metals are generally non-conductors of electricity, but the graphite and allotrope of carbon is the only non-metal which conduct electric current. Once again, repeat the last point. Non-metals are generally non-conductors of electricity, but the graphite and allotrope of carbon is the only non-metal which conduct electric current. Now, let's perform activity number 3.8. Let's see the property. Aim is to test the acidity and basicity of oxide. So take a magnesium ribbon and some sulfur powder. Burn the magnesium ribbon, collect the ashes from and dissolve it in water. Test the resultant solution with the red and blue litmus paper. Here question is the product formed by burning magnesium ribbon acidic or basic? Now, burn sulfur powder, place a test tube over a burning sulfur to collect the fumes produced. Add some water to the above test tube and shake. Test this solution with the blue and red litmus paper. One more question arises. Is the product formed on burning sulfuric acid? Sulfur is acidic or basic? Sorry, I repeat the question. Is the product formed on burning sulfur acidic or basic? What do you observe here? What do you observe here? Some questions arise in our mind. First, what is formed on burning of magnesium ribbon? Magnesium oxide MgO is formed on burning magnesium. Is the magnesium oxide acidic or basic? Magnesium oxide is a basic in nature. Basic in nature. Because magnesium oxide is performed on a litmus test. Red litmus paper is turns to blue. That means when we dip a red litmus paper in the aqueous solution of magnesium oxide, we see that the red litmus paper turns blue. It shows the magnesium oxide is a basic in nature. Which product is obtained by burning sulfur? Sulfur dioxide SO2 is obtained. The product formed by burning sulfur dioxide is acidic, and they show the red litmus paper convert into blue litmus paper is turns to red. The equation of chemical reaction which occurs in the activity above activity 3.8. First one, magnesium ribbon bonds in presence of air and formed magnesium oxide. 2 MgS plus O2 gas and gives 2 MgO in solid. Second process, MgO plus H2O and gives MgOH2 aqueous solution. Second procedure, sulfur combined with oxygen and gives sulfur dioxide. Equation is S solid plus O2 gas gives SO2 gas. Now SO2 combined with H2O and formed aqueous solution of sulfurous acid H2SO3. H2SO3 is called the sulfurous acid. Is the sulfur dioxide acidic or basic? Sulfur dioxide is an acidic. Sulfur dioxide is an acidic. Okay. Dear students, we are discuss in this video two more activities, activities 3.7 and 3.2, and also we enlist the common properties of non-metallic elements and some exceptions of metallic and non-metallic elements. I hope so you understand very well. Revise all the point once again, and tomorrow we will come with a third video, chapter number 3. Now we discuss a chemical property of metal. Bye bye and thank you.